Hey guys, it's Hey Sophia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is day 7 of CRAFTMAS, and for our video today we're going to be building the town Christmas tree, which I think is a very important part of our little Christmas village. You can't have a Christmas village with Santa's workshop and everything without a big Christmas tree, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So I think I'm going to build it in this little area here just because it's a really nice kind of like cornerstone space of the main town hall, like town area and everything like that. So for your tree today, you want to use the spruce block and also the leaf block. You want it tall enough that it's going to be taller than a normal spruce tree. I'm just going to make this quite tall and then probably not go as tall as I have made it, but still pretty close to that. You just want to build a straight pole up as like a base, and then the bottom I'm adding a little bit more detail to my trunk by just doing like how I would do a normal tree trunk. If you ever need any help in how I do that, I have done tree tutorials before, so check that out on my channel. And then for the leaf block structure, you basically want to be doing exactly like a normal spruce tree, but a little bit thicker and on a larger scale, of course. So I just like to kind of make this X shape with my tree and then build out. The reason I'm not really doing dimensions for my tree today is because you can make yours bigger, you can make yours smaller. As long as you follow this kind of guide, you're going to get it properly. And if you do need help and you don't completely understand, just grow a spruce tree and then look right next to you, because I'm basing my design off of those. So you basically just want to make this big plus shape with your tree leaves for the bottom section. What you'll be doing when you're building a spruce tree is you build one larger disc layer like this. You then build another layer on top of that one, which is slightly smaller but still quite big, and then the third layer comes in a lot more. So it's like 3 layers, and then you build out again and a bigger one that is slightly smaller than the first big one that you built. And you basically want to repeat that over and over until you get to the top of your tree. Now I could have made a really giant tree, but I'm trying to kind of keep it like realistic to a tree that you would find in real life. I didn't really want to be too fake with my tree. I didn't want like a giant sky height limit type giant Christmas tree, which would have been fun, but it's too much to build, especially when we're trying to build something magical but kind of realistic in size and stuff like that. But you can see these are my first 3 layers, and then we will just do a layer on top of this one, which will be the second starting of like 3 layers again. So like I said, you want to do the cross shape like you did with the first one, but you just want to bring it one block in close, like one block in from the first big disc. And then you just want to repeat the process again of making this giant kind of plus sign, and then making the inner disc again, and then another disc on top of that, over and over until you get smaller and to the top of the tree. But I sped up ahead and finished off my tree, but you can see the shape and what it came to. The only difference is on top I made mine a little bit pointier. Now you don't have to make it pointy like I did, you could just keep it like a normal spruce tree type thing, but I made mine a little bit pointier because I thought it would be fun. But we're going to get onto some decorating of our tree now. The first thing I'm doing is making a red tinsel kind of garland around the tree. Now you could use all different types of block for the garland. I think the wool is like the most appropriate kind of looking block for tinsel. Glowstone is kind of tinsel looking because it's shiny looking, but it also lets off a light source, so we're going to be using that for our tree's light source today. But the red garland here I'm doing just in this really horrendous wonky shape, which I think pretty much everyone's Christmas tree, unless if you're perfect at it, is really horrendously wonky in how you've wrapped all the lights around or anything like that. You also don't have to do red. Maybe you want a themed kind of color Christmas tree, so you could have a pink tinsel with like purple and blue and pink lights, or maybe you want a rainbow tinsel or something like that. But I'm just going to do and finish off my tinsel there, which I think is fine to do because when you do wrap something around the tree, it does have an ending point and it just ends very abruptly. So I think it's fine to keep the tinsel just kind of cutting off down there. Next thing I'm going to do is place some glowstone blocks, and they are going to be our little lights that are all over our tree today. And I think they're really nice and pretty, kind of traditional looking too, and I like that they're gold because a lot of Christmassy stuff is gold, so I think it's a great color scheme as well. And the final kind of thing I'm going to do is add a star on top of the tree, which I'll be making out of the gold block. Now you could do a simple block like that. You can make a star shape like this, but I think it looks a bit weird with the tall bit, so we're going to remove the bit underneath and place that like so. And I think that's looking pretty good. Now if you're in survival, you could keep your tree at this, but because I'm in creative, I am going to use some plain colored skulls just to make little baubles all over the tree. Now if you are in survival and you want to make baubles, it will be quite difficult because there isn't really any small like heads or skulls or things like that in survival. The best way would probably be using blocks like the concrete blocks, the terracotta blocks, or even the wool blocks to make like different baubles. If you're using wool for the tinsel though, I probably wouldn't use wool for the baubles, use different kind of blocks. But I sped up ahead and finished that off now, and it's looking pretty good. I actually really like this Christmas tree. It's super pretty, but it's looking a bit empty the way that it is, and I feel like it's missing something around the base. So I'm actually going to go ahead and build a couple of things around the base to make it feel like, to make it have a better community feel and that people can get involved with the tree in a way. So what we are going to do is we're going to extend the pathway from the pathway we have to the right there. We're going to place cobblestone all underneath the tree. We're also going to place some fences around there, maybe a few presents and some seating. I also just might say, if you were thinking, oh maybe a plant pot would work, it won't place on the trees, so plant pots are even not available really when you're doing survival. So yeah, like I said, keep to like terracotta blocks or concrete blocks. Well, we're going to go ahead now and start doing that cobblestone, so I'm just going to randomly, again, like I have done with a lot of things when I play Minecraft, I'm just going to randomly attack the ground with my hand and make a pathway. It's the most natural looking way that you can kind of build a pathway, and I think it's also one of the best ways. But I'm just going to fill in all these gaps and then make a snow trim, just like I have done with my other pathways, and then we will be done. Okay, so pathway is done, and we have this nice kind of little central feeling around the Christmas tree down the bottom. And I'm just placing snow blocks around the edge to have that same kind of bumpy, going over the pathway but brushed to the side snow look that we want to be going for. But the last kind of things that I want to do for the tree area now is add a fence around the edges, which in a way we want kind of like rickety, and also add a light and a few presents under the tree, just skulls again to add a little bit more detail, but again, like I said, that's something you don't have to do. But I just sped up ahead and I have finished placing the fence. I have finished making some simple dark oak chairs and also made a second candy cane light. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me how to make a Christmas tree. I think it was quite fun and it's really pretty and colourful. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below on how you would decorate your Christmas tree in Minecraft. I think this rainbow theme is kind of what my childhood Christmas tree looked like. Even a blue themed tree or a pink themed tree or even like a never themed tree would be quite cool. But like always guys, thank you. Bye!